Flood the world with golden flowers, dripped by the lawns and trees, shining like the molten sun, a weed that no one sees. Pride of lions in the yard, the golden seas must part. Remedy for a different time, to soften throat and heart. And the seasons pass, as we raise our glass, our lives stacked row on row. Taste the lion's air, let your spirit sail as faded memories grow. Common flower by the road, plucked and stored in sacks. Another summer on the tongue, the harvest time is back. Hold summer in your hands and pour some in a glass. Change the season in your veins by raising lips to glass. And the seasons pass, as we raise our glass, our lives stacked row on row. Taste the lion's air, let your spirit sail as faded memories grow. Noble thing, the dandelion, its vintage aged with snow, sealed away for a wintry day, this timeless spirit grows. And the seasons pass, as we raise our glass, our lives stacked row on row. Taste the lion's ale, let your spirit sail as faded memories grow. Flood the world with golden flowers, dripped by the lawns and trees, shining like the molten sun, a weed that no one sees. Dandelion, 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 dandelion.
Canadian lady, she sure treats me nice. When I need some lovin', I need not ask twice. If she were a painting, I would pay any price just to see her, just to see her. Daughter of a rock-bound coast, sister of the wave. When she's standing here beside me, it's easy to be brave. When I come home bruised and battered, she's a sustenance I crave. I find peace with her, I find peace with her. That Nova Scotia climate grows them strong, grows them smart. It puts steel in their bodies, it puts heat in their hearts. And if I were to lose her, I would tear this world apart just to find her, just to find her. Daughter of a rock-bound coast, sister of the wave. When she's standing here beside me, it's easy to be brave. When I come home bruised and battered, she's a sustenance I crave. I find peace with her, I find peace with her. Canadian lady, Canadian lady, Canadian lady. There is beauty in this world, there is truth, there is light. There's the sun in the morning, there's stars at night. And I've got them all, yes, they're all locked up tight in my Canadian lady. Daughter of a rock-bound coast, sister of the wave. When She's standing here beside me, it's easy to be brave. When I come home bruised and battered, she's the sustenance I crave. I find peace with her, I find release with her. Canadian lady, Canadian lady, Canadian lady, Canadian lady. Men have told of a legend as old of a death with a sigh and a moan. And I fly where the forest meets the sky, race the wind as I go. My feet are on fire as I run and I cry. My name is Windego, yes, my name is Windego. Oh, my name is Windego. Where I run, my feet leave a path. They melt the ice and the snow. Hunters who see look above in the trees. Windego, Windego. And I fly where the forest meets the sky, race the wind as I go. My feet are on fire as I run and I cry. Yes, my name is Windego. Oh, my name is Windego. And streams in the pale moonlight, there's a sound so awesome and low. Is it the wind or a cry in the night? Windego, Windego. And I fly where the forest meets the sky, race the wind as I go. My feet are on fire as I run and I cry. Yes, my name is Windego. Oh, my name is Windego. Oh.
If you go to
It was in the spring this year of grace, with new life pushing through, that I looked from the citadel down to the narrows and asked what it's coming to. I saw her Canadian concrete and glass right down to the water line, and I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time? With half-closed eyes against the sun, for the warm winds giving thanks, I dreamed of the days of the deep-laden schooners thrashing home from the Grand Banks. Now the last lies done in the harbor sun, with her picture on a dime, and I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time? And it's haul away and heave her home, this song is heard no more. No boats to sing it for, no sails to sing it for. There rises now a single tide of tourists passing through. We traded old ways for the new, old ways for the new, old ways for the new, for the new. Now you ask, what's this romantic boy who laments what's done and gone? There was no romance on a cold winter ocean, and the gale sang an awful song. But my fathers knew of wind and tide, and my blood is maritime. And I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time? And it's haul away and heave her home, this song is heard no more. No boats to sing it for, no sails to sing it for. There rises now a single tide of tourists passing through. We traded old ways for the new, old ways for the new, old ways for the new, for the new. And it was in the spring this year of grace, with new life pushing through, that I looked from the citadel down to the narrows and asked what it's coming to. I saw her Canadian concrete and glass right down to the water line, and I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time? Can I sing it just one time?
'cause your body and your mind go away until Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away until Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away until Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away until Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away Monday. Go away for the rest of the week. Go away Go away for the rest of the week. Go away
And she said,
And he said,
I love you too. He said, I'll meet you by the river, and we'll run away by the light of the summer moon. Now she waited by the river. Sometimes it flowed with tears, and the people, Lord, they shook their heads as the weeks turned into years. And she never really doubted it, that someday he'd make good. He'd come down to the river if he could. He'd come down to the river if he could. And it's a story about trust, it's a story about faith. It's a story about how someone can bend but never break. Though there's every indication she's been sold a pack of lies, there's hope as long as she don't learn to read between the lines. Now we're standing by the river, and sometimes it seems hard, 'cause the government and bureaucrats have promised us the stars. And we never really doubted it, that someday they'd make good. They'd come down to the river if they could. They'd come down to the river if they could. And it's a story about trust, it's a story about faith. It's a story about how we all can bend but never break. Though there's every indication we've been sold a pack of lies, there's hope as long as we don't learn to read between the lines. Now we're waiting by the water, and we've been here for years, while the priests and corporados, they all play upon our fears. But let me tell you people, listen to me good, they'd never come down to the river if they could. They'd never come down to that river even if they could. And it's a story about trust, it's a story about faith. It's a story about how we all can bend until we break. Though there's every indication we've been sold a pack of lies, there's hope as long as we all learn to open up our eyes. And she said,
and he said,
I love you too. He said, I'll meet you by the river, and we'll run away by the light of the summer moon. Now she waited by the river for at least an hour or two, till she could wait no longer, nor stare up at that moon.
Of the life to live tomorrow, this is how it's gonna be. If he comes down to that river, he can wait for me. If he comes down to that river, he can wait for me.
And it's a story about trust, it's a story about faith. It's a story about how we all can bend until we break. But there's every indication we've been sold a pack of lies. There's hope as long as we all learn to open up our eyes. For just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. Westward from the Davis Strait is there 'twas said to lie, the sea route to the Orient for which so many died, seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered, broken bone, and a long forgotten lonely cairn of stone. For just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter I took travel overland in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where his sea of flowers began, watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer driving hard across the plain, all for just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson and the rest, who did crack the mountain ramparts and did show a path for me to race that roaring Fraser to the sea. For just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. How then am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them I left a settled life, I threw it all away, to seek a northwest passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. For just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. Yes, for just one time I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for that Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make a northwest northwest passage to the sea. Yes, and make a northwest passage to the sea.
Bar is loud and
seeing you here. A chance makes us bonds of the past. Of all the people I might have met, life should have left you to last. My God, I'm already late. I must give my family a call. I suppose there's time for a drink, but after all these years, that's all. You've done well for yourself. My husband thinks you're number one. Why, we read a review of your show just last month in the Sun. You're supposed to be the next big thing. They've even made you out to be a nice guy. Yes, you've graduated from peanuts and beer and moved up to Chivas and ice, oh my. It's not the old days in the old town with me and you tripping around, if you recall. It's not moonlight at midnight on the seawall, watching the lights of the ships in the night going out to sea. Forgettable flights of fancy and sights we never did see. Just moonlight at midnight on the seawall. That portrait you painted of me, the one you call Swan on the Water, I look at it now and you know, every day it looks more like my daughter. But you've held your youth well, you still have that old boyish way. And yes, I'm happy as hell, and that's the way I want it to stay. It's not the old days in the old town with me and you tripping around, if you recall. It's not moonlight at midnight on the seawall, watching the lights of the ships in the night going out to sea. Forgettable flights of fancy and sights we never did see. Just moonlight at midnight on the seawall. Rain stabbed her face as we stood on the street. A lingering look, then goodbye, half bitter, half sweet. That night there were ghosts in the park, young lovers who laughed at the sky, and for a shivering minute I swore it was she and I on the seawall. It was she and I on the seawall.
won't be lonely anymore. Baby's new love is an angel. He cooks and cleans and clears the table. Better yet, he's working steady. Pays the bills when they come ready. Ring the bells, go tell mother baby's got a brand new lover. Blow the whistle, stop the presses. We're talking wedding dresses. This one is the one and only. I know baby won't be lonely. Baby won't be lonely anymore. Baby's new lover loves her dearly and thinks she's perfect. As the ring he went to get her says that he will stay forever. Ring the bells, go tell mother baby's got a brand new lover. Blow the whistle, stop the presses. We're talking wedding dresses. This one is the one and only. I know baby won't be lonely. Baby won't be lonely. And ring the bells, go tell mother baby's got a brand new lover. Blow the whistle, stop the presses. We are talking wedding dresses. This one is the one and only. I know baby won't be lonely. Baby won't be lonely. Baby won't be lonely. Baby won't be lonely anymore.
It's a damn tough life full of toil and strife we whalermen undergo, and we don't give a damn when the gale is done how hard the winds did blow, 'cause we're homeward bound from the Arctic around with a good ship taut and free, and we won't give a damn when we drink our rum with the girls from old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale through the ice and wind and rain. Them coconut fronds, them tropical lands we soon shall see again. 6 hellish months we've passed away on the cold Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale towards our island home. Our mainmast sprung, our whaling done, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stunsail bones is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. How soft the breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them native maids, them tropical blades, is awaiting our return. Even now their big brown eyes look out, hoping one fine day to see our baggy sails running for the gale, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. I've seen the bright lights of Memphis from the Commodore Hotel, and underneath the street lamp I met a southern belle. She took me to the river where she cast her spell, and underneath that southern moon she sang a song so well. If you'll be my Dixie chicken, I'll be your Tennessee lamb, and we will walk together down in Dixieland. Down hit all the hot spots, my money flowed like wine. A little low down southern whiskey began to fog my mind, and I don't remember church bells or the money I put down on a white picket fence at Tahoe or the house at the edge of town. Oh, but boy, do I remember the sound of her refrain, and the nights we spent together, and the way she called my name. If you'll be my Dixie chicken, I'll be your Tennessee lamb, and we will walk together down in Dixieland, down in Dixieland. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. Well, it's been a year since she went away, man, that bass player sure could play. She always liked to sing along, she was always handy with a song. Then one night in the lobby of the Commodore Hotel, I chanced to meet a bartender who said he knew her well, and as he handed me a beer, he started humming a song, and all the boys along that bar began to sing along. If you'll be my Dixie chicken, I'll be your Tennessee lamb, and we'll walk together down in Dixieland, down in Dixieland. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey. Yeah, be my Dixie chicken, I'll be your Tennessee lamb, and we will walk together down in Dixieland, down in Dixieland. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey. Yeah, be my Dixie chicken,